Hello there, hi, and welcome to another episode of Creatives on the Couch. It's great to have you join us. Look at you!
Do you like it?
I love this colour on you.
Thank you.
Oh my days, you look sensational.
Matching.
We
Ooh.
are. Brilliant. Have you had a nice time?
I have you?
Yeah, it's been alright this week. It's been good. I've missed you
I
though.
missed you too.
Pleasure. And now we've got an amazing guest for you on today's episode. She's going to tell us all about her career. Michelle Parker's here! Woo!
Hey!
Hello, darling.
Hi.
So nice to get you here. We've been trying for a while, but you're so busy.
Nicely busy.
Good.
You both look amazing, by the
Thank
way.
you.
So
do
do
you.
We are literally matching, aren't we?
Thank you.
It's like we all got the memo.
We did.
Great.
Quite.
So we're going to delve right down into your life and who you are. We're going deep.
As deep as you like.
It's so bizarre. We've just said this, haven't we? We've been friends for so long, years. This is the first time we've ever actually met in person.
Oh wow.
Isn't that bizarre? And when I saw you, I was like, oh, I just gave you a hug, and then suddenly it was like, no, this is the first time that we've ever met in person.
Doesn't feel like the first time though, does it?
No, it's been our online relationship. It's like it's like seance. So, you know, you're a very well established, very well known actress, writer, director. You're triple threat with all of it. How did it all start? Let's go right back and let's hear your story.
So you've just hit my favourite ever story. I love telling this story, and any of my friends that watch this will say, oh, here she goes again. It's fabulous. So many moons ago, I trained as a nurse, and I chose to work in mental health services. And I've met some very interesting people over the years, and I've experienced some very interesting cultural changes within healthcare systems, and especially around mental health.
Yeah.
And I worked in secure services, and part of my role was patient engagement. So I used to do operational work, and then I went back into clinical, and it was patient engagement, and we did some amazing projects. And back in 2013, I was up for the Nurse of the Year twice.
Wow.
One for the Nursing Times, one for the Nursing Standard. And then I was also up for an engagement award with a company called Lang Buson. So that was like overnight. I remember I was on holiday in Egypt, and these emails came through. You go into the Grosvenor Hotel, there's an awards ceremony, there's this. I was like, wow, amazing. But I also think hard work pays off.
Yes.
We've done some amazing projects. Anyway, to cut to that, part of it was to do a presentation.
Okay.
And I went to London, and I went into this room, and I just was terrible at presenting. And I was aware of this.
Oh, okay.
I could speak to anybody on any level about anything, but presenting, I just didn't do it. So I did a couple of courses. I did a master's module even on presentation skills, didn't work. Somebody said, do an acting course. So I did a weekend. 4 days later, I did an amazing presentation that I enjoyed
Okay.
in Belfast to 2,000 people.
Oh wow.
Really? That's how quick the turnaround was.
And it was just something that just clicked with improv.
Yes.
And I thought, I like that.
Yeah.
I'll do another one. So I did another one. And then I did another one. And then I was finding that I was starting a course, and then 3 weeks later, another 5 people would join. So you're back to, hello, I'm Michelle, and I'm here for this.
Yeah.
So I found a group that started together and would finish together. At this point, I'm working full time as a
Okay.
nurse, and this course was 2 nights a week and all day Saturday. And once I'd started, I realised that, oh dear, I can't stop. Otherwise, it's going to cost me a lot of money. But I also realised I was exhausted. So, I finished this course. Excuse me.
It's all right.
I finished this course, and I've had an amazing time since. So, somebody thinks I'm good.
Wow.
People think I'm good. So,
Yeah.
within a couple of weeks, I got an agent after I left the court, finished the diploma, and then I was cast in Brassic and
Wow.
The Bay,
Wow.
Really?
Wow.
and then I was one of the few actors that got a job during lockdown
Yeah.
Yeah.
on a BFI funded
Yes.
feature film, which still hasn't been shown. And then things went a little bit quiet, but I never stopped. So I do theatre directing.
Okay.
Because I think there's a thing about if you're not getting work, find it,
Yes.
make
Find
it.
it. Yeah.
So, we
So
do all that stuff.
have you left nursing altogether now? Are you
No.
still?
Still do nursing.
You're still
How
nursing.
do you juggle both?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I've been quite lucky.
Yeah.
There was a little bit of a dodgy point last year.
Yeah.
Because I got 4 jobs all at once, 4 acting jobs
Right.
all at once,
Yeah.
and I've been able to use a couple of days annual leave or
Sure.
change shifts and all that kind of stuff prior to then. Because I think at the start of an acting career, which I'm very grateful for, I've had quite a few functional roles.
Yeah.
So it's a day player as a nurse or
Yeah.
something, or a bar
Mm.
worker. But then last year we kind of got some amazing roles. One was a 4-episode for an ITV drama,
Amazing.
Okay.
which is due on TV soon, called
Good.
Malpractice.
Yes.
Wow, we're going to be
Ah.
excited about that one.
And that team were just amazing. So it's Phil Barantini, the director, and everybody wants to work with Phil Barantini. It was the team that did Boiling Point,
Yes.
Yeah.
and they were just amazing to work with. And the beautiful thing for me was I wasn't doing this acting, so I was doing cannulas, CPR, cutting somebody's chest open.
Yeah.
It's just fabulous.
Yes. Gosh.
Fabulous.
You see, I think we find this quite a lot. You know how you said, you know, you're following your dreams with the acting, but you've still got your bread and butter. We've had guests on, we had a police officer on
Yeah.
who a surgeon sergeant, but has an acting career as well. And then we had the fireman on,
Yes,
didn't
I
we?
remember that.
So
Wow.
so you know he is a serving firefighter, and yet makes his movies on the other side. So I think it's quite nice, isn't it? You know that you find something that you are able to to follow your dreams, and you're able to create the magic that you do,
Yeah.
and direct and everything like that. But
Yeah.
you know you've still got your feet firmly grounded, and you're still a nurse, and you're saving people's lives.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that's remarkable. How was that during COVID for you? You know, obviously, because COVID was tough for everybody, but you must have faced some horrors.
Yeah, it was incredibly tough. It was incredibly tough for, we watched everything unfold. It was almost in slow motion on TV, wasn't it, etc, etc. So when COVID hit, I was actually working as a commissioner,
Okay.
which means we pay for the beds, so we're not hands-on nursing at
Okay.
that time. We're commissioning to get the best care, and we're doing quality checks.
Right. Okay.
And then there was a call for reservists and reinforcement for the teams that would look after things like Brexit and that kind of stuff. So it's called Emergency Preparedness Resilience Response.
Okay.
And I was redeployed to that team.
Wow.
And I was part of the incident coordination team for the Northwest.
Really.
So we was the people that use sort of CCGs, which is like social care,
Yeah.
your GPs, your NHS trusts. We were the people that were disseminating information from the government to all the NHS trusts.
Right.
It was also gathering data, which was quite harrowing at times.
Can imagine.
Because it was just a different world, wasn't it? And like I said, we saw it unfold at home, but you were there on the front line,
Yeah.
dealing with it day in, day out. You know, and obviously you said you were still doing your work, your other work as well. So you had that escapism, I suppose, that you could step into a character. You know, was that like a saving grace for you?
Yeah, pretty much. And also I think we took the opportunity. I mean, we used to do online reading, me and some friends,
Yeah.
you know, Zooms. We talked about, there was a film that I was helping to write. There was a few of us writing a film, which was interesting. And we used to do that weekly, so it just takes you out of it for a few minutes. But I'm incredibly proud of the NHS and the people that I've worked with over time that, you know, that are tired now,
Yes.
but people are still going. And I think we're only just seeing the after effects of how budgets have been disseminated, you know, what's going on. You know, there's waiting lists upon waiting lists.
Yeah.
People are still working every day
Yeah.
to
Bless
to
you.
try
And
and
you
get
love
that
it. Look
right.
at that smile when you
know.
talk about it.
I have a great job,
Yeah.
brilliant job, and I love every minute.
Wow. So what did you do for Brassic? Because that's one of my favourite programmes in the world. Brassic. Wow.
So interestingly, I didn't get that job through an agent.
Okay.
I found out who the casting director was. I wrote to them and I said, "Hi, I'm an actress. I'm new to acting. I'm from Chorley." So I got a tape and then got a recall and face to face.
I love that.
Oh, wow.
I bumped into Joseph about 2 months ago. He was walking his French bulldog through Manchester city centre, and I was like, "Hello!" And then I was like, And after he'd gone, I shook his hand. I was like, the TV programme is incredible. Joseph, if you're watching, come on the show. We want you here. And yeah, and then afterwards I thought, oh, I missed that opportunity, didn't I? But I wasn't going chasing him through Piccadilly Gardens because that's not right.
No.
He was great to work with as well. He knew I was it's probably my first time on set, and it was just amazing. So weirdly, I was in series 2, episode 4.
Oh, right.
And then a month later, I was on the Bay in series 2, episode 4. And would you believe I had the same number on both call sheets?
Seriously?
Really?
What was your number?
68.
Right. Okay. Do you have a number that follows you around everywhere?
37.
Really?
Yeah.
Because for me and my family, it's 243.
Wow.
It's everywhere. Right back going for my grandfather in the war, through my grandmother's life, through my mum at work, through me at work, my dressing room number, everything. It's always 243. Isn't it weird how a number follows you around? So that's going to be that's got to be your lucky
It's got to
number.
be.
Yes.
It really has. So you've just finished appearing on another film, is that right?
Yeah, so last year I had an amazing time. I got a recurring role on Emmerdale as a nurse.
Oh,
It's
nice.
still not recurred yet.
Yeah.
But
You're always a nurse, aren't you?
Right.
You know.
so I went. there is a story there really. So for a couple, so because I've been on Brassic, I was with an agent who said, I'm not putting you up for day player roles, and I said, no, that's what I want. I want experience.
Yeah.
So we kind of parted company nicely.
Yeah.
And then my next agent, I said, I want some functional stuff on my reel, because these jobs, there's loads of them,
Yeah.
and it fits more into what I can commit to at the
Yes.
moment, like the odd day off. So I was lucky enough to get Emmerdale. I think it was 2 days after I walked out of filming from Emmerdale, I then got a call to say I'd got 4 episodes of Malpractice. I was actually in the trailer at Malpractice, and I got a phone call to say I'd been cast. I was probably going to be cast in a Disney Plus series.
Nice.
And it's a really interesting conversation.
Okay.
That a casting director had spoken to another casting director who knew me very well, because I'd done one-to-ones with them.
Yeah.
And the casting director that was casting for this Disney Plus had said, I need female, LGBT, rough as, doesn't give a flying. And they said,
Michelle will do
do
it.
you want Michelle? No, I'll take that.
Wow.
So then it was confirmed a day later, and the funny story about this is I had done a couple of tapes for Europe, knowing that I didn't have a passport, thinking that I wouldn't get the jobs.
Right, yes.
So then I get a phone call to say, are you going in 3 weeks?
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So it was a mad rush to get a passport. So it was confirmed for a Disney Plus series called A Small Light.
Okay.
And it's fantastic. It's about Anne Frank, the person that looked after Anne Frank as such, Meep Geese.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Yes.
And it's more around the story of that time. So the really interesting stuff is, you know, the things you experience that on set, things that were there that wouldn't be there now if we was in a bar or a cafe or a library. So I did 3 weeks in Prague.
So that's where it was filmed. It wasn't in
Yeah.
Amsterdam where the house was.
So they filmed half in Prague and half in Amsterdam.
Okay.
The internal scenes they filmed in Prague at this huge studios that's out there called Barrandov, which is just amazing. But it's just they even flew us out 4 days before we filmed so we could settle.
Oh, okay. That's nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dream.
You know, in an amazing hotel, and it was Prague Pride, and it was 30 degrees, and
You were in
Perfect.
your element.
it's just
Wow. So
amazing.
do you know when that's coming out?
So it's due out on May the 1st on, I think, National Geographic, and May the 2nd on Disney Plus.
Right, okay.
And it's called A Small Light, and I play a real person called Bet Van Buren, who had a cafe bar in Amsterdam, and the cafe bar's still standing, and the set they made it so much like the cafe bar that's still standing, which is still as it was when she was there.
Have you visited it?
I haven't been lucky enough, but
You are going to have to go, aren't you?
yeah,
you
most
will.
definitely.
We'll send a film crew with you. We'll come with
Let's
you.
go.
Let's do it. Shall we do it?
Let's do a
Created on the
documentary.
Couch
That'd be good.
special.
But I mean, that was just it was just so bizarre at times. So, you know, I got invited to a party by the lead. And I was sat on this balcony talking to these delightful people who I then find out is the producer and writer at Grey's Anatomy, and I'm like, I'm a nurse.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It was just
Wow.
but it was just a party. It was just nice people having a nice chat.
Yeah.
It was lovely. So I'm so excited for that to come
Yeah,
out.
that will
because,
be great. Great.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, we've got a Road to Redemption. You've just been in that one, haven't you, as well?
Yeah.
My days, they're throwing rolls at you,
Yeah.
chucking them at you. How did you find a Road to Redemption?
Really exciting. Because it was a lot of dialogue for me, and it's quite a big role with quite a serious storyline.
Yeah.
The role that I picked up, and it was just fascinating to. For me, the learning was, yes, you can learn that many lines in such a short period of time because you had to.
Yeah.
And that's if I can continue to develop every day, I get really excited about
Yeah.
that. But it was great crew, great people to work with. One of the days I was there was a lot of people there, and the other day I think there was 3 of us, but it was great, absolutely brilliant.
Gives you
Can't
both
wait.
sides of the sort of like the dial, doesn't really see
Yeah.
how it works with a big set. But then, like I said, when it's intimate, it's a closed set.
Yeah.
Because some people find it more intimidating. I love your
I
watch.
do
It's
watch.
great. It's telling us what's going on. Yeah. So people find it quite intimidating when it's a really small closed set. But it's a learning experience, isn't it?
Yeah, the thing for me is I work on a multi-million-pound set last year, and I work on this production this year, and it's like, wow.
Yeah. And
You
you're
know.
directing as well, so you're doing some. You mentioned some stage.
I do stage directing, so I've got 3 planned plays this year in Liverpool at the Epstein Theatre.
I've had a read of them.
He's had a read.
They're good.
They're very good.
Funny.
Yeah.
So the first one is at the end of March. It's called The Menopause, and it's just 4 guys talking about the challenges that they have as they're getting a little bit older, although they're not old.
I creak every morning, hair dropped out. You know, I said to you earlier on in gay years, I'm dead. To be honest, it's true. You know, you get to a certain age and your knees start to hurt a little bit, and then your elbow hurts. And, I can go on all day about this. Don't you
You
worry.
could have written this one.
Based on me.
But yeah, I mean, and it's a great bunch of guys that I'm working with who are funny.
Yeah.
And even the natural delivery is funny, so that's kind of, and we want people to relate to it, and I think people will. Second one, we've got we've moved it forward by a number of months really, because we've had some real interest from sort of Radio Merseyside and things like that. It's called Wade Smith, so it's about the iconic clothes shop from the 80s and 90s where all the footballers' wives went, and it's good fun.
That's going to be great. So you've got those coming up this year. Oh, you know, obviously, you know, you can do anything you want, but where would be dream? You know, would you ever leave nursing? You know, what's the dream? The big dream.
Would I leave nursing? Yes.
Okay.
For the right opportunity.
Okay.
I think I'm still at a place where I'm trying to gather opportunities to find my niche.
Yeah.
And I'm enjoying every single minute. I've got an amazing acting coach in LA, and we meet once a week online, and he's very brutal with me.
Really?
But
why?
that's what we need, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why was he like with you?
So, well, he says some words that I won't be able to say here.
Okay.
And if I do a self-tape and send it to him, he'll tell me if it sucks.
Yeah. They are quite blunt and straight to the point, though, Americans, aren't they?
But that's what I'm paying for.
Yeah, you need that. Yeah. It's good.
Yeah, but it's great. So I'm just enjoying the ride at the minute, enjoying the
It's a
journey.
very fantastic ride, by the sounds of it. You're doing fantastic. And how long have you been acting for, did you say?
So I did the diploma in 2016 to 2018.
Doing fantastic in such a short space of time.
Yeah. But we find this a lot. You know, we have quite a few guests on over different episodes who, like I said, they'll change and think, do you know what, I want to start. What was your diploma in?
It was speech and performance.
Okay.
And was it based in Liverpool? Did you do it?
It was Manchester. It was a school called Independent Centre for Actor Training,
All right.
and it's a guy called Simon Trinder, who's an RSC actor, and he works on the principles of a guy called Mike Alfreds,
Right.
Okay.
which is quite Stanislavski, but a little bit more modern day.
Yes. Yeah.
But it was more based around theatre and stage
Yes,
work and
yeah.
stuff. But the main takeaway for me, which I've witnessed in every production that I've worked on, was about discipline.
Okay.
And it's about the discipline, it's about how you come across,
Yes.
it's about likability, it's about treat everyone right.
Yeah.
But I remember he used to say, if I walk into a room and there's 10 people in and I ask for a volunteer, I expect 10 hands.
Yes.
And that's around enthusiasm and motivation.
Yeah.
Of course.
I think when I was at drama school, we were always told, Malcolm Kay, our tutor, he always said, nice to them on the way up, because they'll all be waiting for you on the way down.
Very true.
And I think that is a good lesson to learn. So yeah, discipline is very good. But you're very disciplined. I see what you do and see what you do online, and you're very driven with the journey that you want to be on. And have you got the support network around you? Your family and things like that. Are they all on this journey with you as well?
Absolutely. My partner Rachel's very supportive of all of this. I've got some really good friends who are actors. I've got mentors.
Okay.
People who I've trained with previously, I'm in touch with.
Yeah.
And it's about a toolkit to me.
Yes.
I wouldn't be able to do the same training forever or use the same methods forever.
Yeah.
So I've tried a number of different ways of doing things with a view to finding my own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think what I wanted to do when I started was flood myself with experience, opportunity and learning.
Pick.
Yeah. And that worked. It was exhausting. So for a couple of years I was absolutely exhausted. But I look back at some of the people that didn't and what they're doing now.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think every day has to be a learning curve, doesn't it?
So where do you see yourself then in the next 3 to 4 years?
Oh, there's a question she loves to ask.
I love to ask this question. Yeah, like what would you envision? Where do you want to go?
In the next 3 to 4 years, I want to be noticeably and incredibly confident and competent as an actor.
Yeah.
I want to secure a couple of multi-episode roles that maybe is a longer period of filming instead of sort of, when I did the 3 weeks, it was 1 week, 1 week, 1 week.
Sure.
But to a sustained period, and to gain some notice and respect in the industry, where people say, I want to work with her.
Yeah,
of
you are
course.
respected. You are very, very well respected. I think you're such a positive person. And we move in a lot of the same circles. So yeah, don't ever think that you're not respected, because my God, you are. So yeah, just take that with you, really, and that's all any of us can do, isn't it? Look at the shows that you build with your awards.
Yeah.
Monique has the Creative Industry Awards, and you have a lot of things thrown at you, don't you? Really,
I do.
and it's about just carrying on doing it. That's all any of us can do. Just
Keeping your eye on the prize at the end, and the end goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're very good at that as well, aren't
Very
you?
good,
Really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think networking as well. Your network is definitely your net worth, especially in this industry. Because as you say, you never know who you're going to meet along the way. So you need. I mean, even some of your patients, you never know. They could be actors and actresses as well. So you need to always treat everybody with respect.
Yeah.
Because you just never know if you'll cross paths with them again.
Well, I think you're going to have great fun, and like I said, you've got this coming out really soon. So on Disney Plus. I've got my Disney Plus. Hocus Pocus 2's on Disney Plus. You're going to up there with Bette Midler. Do you know? That's fab. And I'm sure that things will be absolutely incredible for you. Seriously. Hope you've enjoyed being with us. Have you enjoyed being with us?
Thoroughly.
It's a little bit of fun, isn't it? Just coming on, selling stuff. And if people do like what they see and they do want to get in touch with you, how can people actually get in touch with you? What, your social media and things like that?
Yeah, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, any of the above, really.
Yeah.
You're on it all.
Or via yourselves.
Well, yeah, come through Creative on the Couch. We can put you in touch, and we'd love you to come back. Once you've done a few more projects, would you come back?
Definitely.
Will you?
Try and stop me.
You're going to come back as well.
I've got no choice.
Can't just,
I'm chained to the desk.
can you imagine me just sat here on my own? Imagine I waffle away as much as it is.
True.
So thank you so much for being with us. You're an absolute diamond. Like I said, it just feels like I've known you forever, even though this is the first time we've actually met in person. Isn't that bizarre?
Yeah.
Lovely. Safe journey home. To all of you watching at home, hope you're having an amazing evening. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time for more Creatives on the Couch. Bye for now.
Bye bye.